happy to have you with us this evening and want you to enjoy every minute of your stay here. And while you relax and stretch, visit our concession where you'll find something to please you.
Now, when you're going to dial a number, wait for the dial tone. You're all familiar with it. It's the hum you hear in the receiver, like this.
Now, here he is, the one, the only...
That's me. Sorry. Look what I'm eating. Grapefruit. You guys ever had this? This is amazing. It's amazing. Grapefruit's great for you. It's also healthy snack. Lots of vitamin C. Ladies and gentlemen, how are you? It is 6 o'clock here on the west coast of Los Angeles, California. It's kind of repetitive. The west coast, Los Angeles. Anyway, hey, did you enjoy the Thanksgiving show? 385 plus people did as well. They're still watching it. It's fantastic. We try to do our best to get the community together. That's what I do as this ambassador, this crazy thing that I do. I try to get the community together, and this is an amazing time to do so. I don't know of any other show that does that. You guys can tell me. There's a lot of shows out there for our paintball community. But is there one that I just like lets the paintball players just take over and say, hey, it's our show? I don't know. But that's what I've always done. I've been doing podcasts for paintball since 2014. First it was audio. Now it's this medium. And it's always been that way for the players. So we're going to do a holiday show as well. We were going to do a Hanukkah Christmas, but I think there's only like 5 Jews. So let's do a holiday show, and we'll get everybody together. And Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate, Festivus, whatever you celebrate. We're going to have a show about that. I'm going to get my sponsors involved. They'll be giving away prizes. Amazing, right? All right. So, yes, I would think so. But okay, people are already texting me about the show. Yeah, the show is it's called The Collapse. Look at this. People are already texting me. Here's the thing. There are other shows like Behind the Bunker and whatever else. They have a scheduled time, right? It's just scheduled time. And so if you can't make it at Monday or whatever it is, you miss out. My scheduled time is what my guests want. How is that? Another thing for the players. Whatever the guest can do, whatever you say, the guest will say, listen, I've only got this time open. I'm in. Let's just do it. So this happens to be Thanksgiving Eve. And my good friend, Steve Solo, he said, is it possible we can do a show? I said, I'm in. Let's do it. So that's what we are going to do tonight, you guys. We're going to learn about this amazing show at this amazing park. If you guys have never been to that park, it's amazing. So we're going to learn all about it. We're going to meet the 2 generals. And we're going to find out why on December the 4th, you need to be there. You need to be there. No other place you need to be. You just need to be there. December the 4th at Cheapskate Bay. Cheapskate City. You ever been there? It's amazing. Don't go during the summer. All right. Anyway, you guys, I hope you have a great time with our show, and let's bring in these cool cats. Oh, I almost caught him. I almost got him. Solo, do it again. Do it again. Let me see you go. No, let me see. Let me catch you drinking. Hang on a second. I almost got you drinking. There we go. There we go. And there we go. All right. We have my friend Solo. We have Teddy Bear from last night's show. Hey, Teddy Bear.
Hey.
And Thack Daddy. Thack. What is this a regional word that's supposed to be thick?
Nah, last name's Thaxton, so just.
Oh, I thought you were like thick daddy.
Worship. Thick daddy,
right. Yeah. Daddy. All right. Where are you from, Thack Daddy?
I'm from Maryland.
Okay,
Western
cool.
Maryland, and then now I live down like between Baltimore and Annapolis.
Okay, so last night on the show we had these two cool cats from where were they? Maryland? Also, no, they were from where are they? One of those small states.
Jersey.
Huh? Not you. The two guys from they were Boston or something. What are the little small states like Maine or where?
New Hampshire.
Oh yeah, that's by you. Okay, so Thack Daddy, are you by New Hampshire? Is that the same thing?
I mean, it's the same side of the country.
Oh, thanks. That's narrowing it down.
No, we're not particularly close to New Hampshire.
Okay, cool. All right, I got it. Okay, guys, so let's go around the table. Let's introduce everybody. I'm going to give you your own layout here. Hang on a second there. There you go, my brother. Go for it.
If you don't know, I'm Steve Solo. I'm the lead producer on The Collapse. I'm doing this in partnership with great friends of mine, Cypher Scenario Consulting, and also Solstice Law, who will not only be reffing, but also part of the role-playing for this game.
Wait a minute. Hang on a second. Solstice Law, the same ones that were at Folda?
Yeah. Solstice Law is involved in the production on more than just a reffing level for this one. So
these guys don't fuck around. I've known them for a long time, and they came to Fulda, and they wouldn't let me get away with any of my shenanigans. They were like, "You have to go back and wipe off." And I look like I was an advertisement for Benjamin Moore, right? And like, where do I start, right? Because I just run at people, whatever. You got to go wipe. And I said, "Okay, I'll do it." So yeah, they take their job very serious. So congratulations.
They're some of the best in the business, if not the best. So
I've done a show with them. There's Solstice Law and there's another reffing team. What's the other reffing team? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Which I mean, there's a couple. I know.
I don't know.
Up in Canada, there's another fantastic.
No. We've done a I don't know. We've done another show about these two sets of refs, but that's okay. All right, let's go over here to Thack Daddy. Thack Daddy. There you go. Hold on a second, brother. Okay, brother. Tell us who you are.
Howdy, y'all. My name is Brian Thaxton. I'm a team captain for Creekfest based out of Maryland, and I am the general for the CIA for The Collapse.
Nice. Very, very cool. Well, that's all the time we have. So,
yeah. Thanks for having us on.
You're anytime. See you later. That's just, hey, I'm getting paid by the hour. All right. Hang on a second. Let me just do this and that. And hey, brother, you look familiar.
Hey, how's it going?
Tell me who you are.
I'm Ted E. Bear. I play for East Coast Hunters out of Massachusetts and Connecticut. And I am the general for the KGB. We call ourselves the KG Bears.
The KG Bears.
I like it. Okay. So both of you guys, have you generaled before?
No.
Dude, how'd you get two virgins? What the hell?
I know a couple, but they both were very smart and they picked very experienced XOs. That some of them you're actually familiar with. I'm pretty sure you've had both on the show at various points. So I'll let them introduce their own XOs. I don't have to take the thunder on that.
I will. Okay. Before we get into that, you're gonna have to explain. Let me see if I can do this. Hang on a second. Let me just do this, and let me just do that, and let me do that. And where is it here?
Don't forget to click the thingy thing.
Yeah, I'm doing that, and I'm doing Ivan's message, and I'm doing share. Okay, ready? Let me go over to, where's our thing here? Okay, cool. Let me do full screen for you guys. And where is my thing? All right, cool. All right, why am I duplicating my duplication? Hang on a second, that's not good. Let me see if I'm on the wrong page. I'm on the wrong screen. Let me just close this one. Let me go back here, and let me stop the screen share here. Okay, I'm gonna come back. Uh-oh, why are we?
Somebody's echoing.
Oh no, stop.
Teddy, hit your mute button. Nope, that wasn't you. You're good, Teddy. I think it was actually on his side.
Testing 1, 2. Got it. Anyway, so I'm going to jump back to that in a second. Tell me about this, Steve. As I'm fumbling, you can take over. Well, tell me about this.
The Collapse is a one-day event. on December 4th. Game on at 10, game off or game end at 4. We don't do lunch breaks. It is a straight through fight. Talking about the game itself, we got flag stations in play. It's your bread and butter. I went very mission heavy for this game, and we also have role players that will be roaming the field that are essentially NPCs that have their own agendas and are looking for certain things that both these commanders will be incentivized on a couple levels to interact with and deal with as appropriate. I mean, really shoot. They can't die. You don't really want to shoot at them because they'll just eliminate all your players, and then they might not want to work with you in the future. I mean, it's all about building those relationships with those guys. But as far as the story goes, it's we'll say it's Reagan's first term. We're talking about 1982, 1983 kind of time frame, and we've come up with a made-up part of Russia. The whole storyline is fictional, but we do draw heavily upon historical events that are occurring around that time. I mean, this is the Cold War we're dealing with. So, welcome to Strastok. The Kuznetsov research facility has gone offline. The KGB is coming in to find out why and, cover. And then a CIA-led NATO task force is coming in to find what went wrong here because it set off a couple of alarms over at Langley. So, you have two competing entities that are intelligence-based and driven fighting to find out what's there in CIA's case and cover it up in the KGB's case. So these two fine gentlemen will be going to war against each other for that Saturday. And we've done a lot to try and make this game very immersive for the players. We're going to have some environmental challenges that these teams are going to have to overcome. We went very, like I said, very mission heavy, also very prop heavy. So my prop master and a number of the guys on the development team here, they've really pulled out all the stops to make some really cool props that these players will have a chance to interact with. And Brian Barno, who's the owner for Outdoor Extreme, for the Chesapeake City location, he's really allowed us to do some really cool stuff for the field that I really haven't seen happen at other fields that I don't want to spoil, really, because from the get-go, I know these two have their opening breakout plans probably by this point. That's going to get thrown out the window at least 5 minutes before the game, once they realize certain challenges that are right in front of them. So our base refs are going to be players that will remain in character the whole time. So that means Teddy's base ref is going to have a terrible Russian accent and might be sipping vodka through the entire time. And Zach's base ref is probably going to be huffing on a cigar. And both of them will be playing all of this KGB and CIA tropes the entire time. So we're trying our best to make it a very immersive, very involved game for the players as well as the command staffs. So
yeah. Damn, look what I'm reading. This is like a fucking novel.
I tried to make it inclusive. Actually, on the event page for players, there is a Google Doc link that has all of this in a much cleaner format that players can download. It has the event registration link, the schedule, who the commanders are listed out yet again, the safety rules and the game rules all included in a easy to read Google Doc. It has an outline, the whole 9 yards. I'm kind of a stickler about that kind of stuff. So
yes, I know you are. That's amazing. Oh, dude. All right, cool. All right, so let's go over this here. Saturday, December the 4th. Okay, so let's not go with the time. It's not 5 a.m. obviously, but
no, it's not. Yeah, that's. I mean, some people I know are going to be showing up Friday to camp out, and people are more than welcome to.
Okay.
But this, for people traveling, this actually can also be a full weekend kind of activity. While the scenario itself is on just Saturday, anybody who does come to attend the collapse will also get free entry for Rec Ball on Sunday or for my MagFed meetup also on Sunday. And if you happen to still have round ball from Saturday, you're not paying anything to just play on Sunday. You shoot whatever round ball you have left. If you want to buy more paint, you can buy more paint. But we're trying to give players a 2-for-1 kind of deal and make it worthwhile for them to make the trip, make a weekend of it if they are coming from a little bit further out.
Jesus Christ, dude. Okay, I don't know if you guys can you guys see what page I'm on now? I'm on the Google Docs page. You guys see that?
No, do not see that.
Oh, that's not good. Hang on a second.
We see Facebook still.
Let me do stop. Let me just see if I can screen. Let me see if I can share that screen. 1 second. Let me just do over here like that and this. And let me go up here to this guy and this one here. Okay, you guys, look at this thing. Can you guys see that?
Yep, it's loaded.
Okay, so I just went to the link on the collapse on the Facebook, and I'm over in another rabbit hole here. This is amazing. Okay, so let me explain something to you guys if you don't already know about this cool cat. Hang on a second. Okay, what you guys are looking at right now is how do I say this? Okay, last year I met him for the first time. I think we knew each other before, just in passing, but and he became my XO, basically my general for the mini. And I didn't realize. Uh-oh, who's got feedback?
Somebody's echoing, and somebody's echoing. I'm not sure who. Some mute up. Yeah.
Testing. Guess who it is?
I think it's Teddy.
Testing. Teddy Bear. Teddy Bear. Teddy.
Yeah.
Wah, wah, wah.
No.
You're the next contestant on The Price is Right. Dude, you got to do something. Turn the volume down, maybe, or something.
I turn the volume
Or
down. I can't hear you.
You can't hear it in your big head? All right. Okay. Because we're getting some bounce back there.
Okay, so we'll just mute until he can
Okay,
talk.
we'll just mute him. All right, cool. Sorry. Anyway, you guys, so listen, I get Frosty to XO this event last year, and basically not even XO it. He just ran it. It was his thing, and he pulled out this papers and little army men and radios and I'm like, what the fuck? And he goes, this is what I do. I love this stuff. And I'm like, damn, I just like shooting people. He goes, I like that too, but I like this. And so you guys are looking at this Google Doc here with all of this stuff. This guy doesn't just like, okay, I'm going to do an event. Hope everybody shows up. He puts his heart into it. This is like something special. So let me just show you guys. Let me go over to my the Google Doc here. Let me go up, do this like that. And I'm going to go over here so I can scroll it. Okay. You guys can see this. Look at this thing. The schedule, the map commanders, the story, right? All of the, everything is here. This is something that should be copied by other promoters and used again. And I think, am I wrong? Don't you have like your own scenario business? What is it called?
I'm part of a group called Cypher Scenario Consulting. It consists of members from Task Force Black paintball team, somebody from the Wild Cards, Sons of Vengeance. Essentially, it's a lot of people that also make up the Ion Skirmish Allied Command. So friends with them, they went with me to a couple events this year, and during these trips, we also worked a lot on this event and conceptualized it.
Okay. Oh, that's good. You turned up the volume. Good, great. Okay. So the reason I'm saying this, if you guys are out there and you guys want to do an event, and you're like, I just don't have the Huevos Rancheros to put something like this together. This gentleman is for hire, and you can actually hit him up. And I'm telling you, look at this, right? This is Google Docs. That means that anybody can download it. And once they download it, right, let me go over to it here. Once you download this thing, right, look, I mean, this guy's basically just giving you a package. This is a turnkey operation. You can just say, here's my little nugget of information that I'd like to do. I'd like to do this against this and this. And here's the information. And let him run with it. It's going to be worth every penny. You guys, check this. This is just amazing. Dude, you have more patience than a doctor. I'm going to tell you that. Okay. I would not be able to do this. No mugging the role players. What is that?
Again, so I've been around the block a couple times. A lot of us in the production have. We've seen certain gray area plays where people like barrel tag or take a role player hostage and then take all the props off them. And because the rules didn't explicitly state it, it was permitted. So I had to write that in there specifically. There's certain shenanigans that occur on the field sometimes that are completely okay. They're funny, but I didn't want something to be game breaking. So I tried to gray proof this to a certain extent while understanding where my exposure in the gray area absolutely is, because I like to encourage smart play. So if somebody kind of outsmarts me on my own rules, I'm not necessarily going to penalize them. If it's something outright against the spirit of the game, that's different though. But I don't think either of these gentlemen or their XOs are going to do anything in that fashion. I expect creativity, because I know where I left certain things being flexible and not. So
I like this ref player thing with the orange armband. That's really
Yeah.
great too.
that's kind of an experiment. Solstice has considered that for a couple games, and they've worked with various producers. It's just this is the time we're going to give it a shot. We're going to do a very deliberate light touch with this. There's only going to be one player ref per side. They're going to essentially be there to kind of augment ref coverage as necessary, because there's nothing worse than being out in the sticks and then because somebody sees a ref out there, they kind of assume a player's out there and they act differently. Whereas this player ref is out there, he's out there stacking bodies alongside his teammates, but he's also a ref in the event that a ref is needed in that area and there's no immediate ref coverage. So they won't be interacting with props. They won't be interacting with flag stations. Their job is literally to shoot people and officiate. That's it.
Dude, this is an amazing idea. Amazing. Okay. And here is the map. What's the acreage on this?
So the playable acreage for OXCC is about 30 acres. The big difference with the map this time around, normally OXCC games have spawns in the northeast and southeast corners of that map. What that usually ends up resulting in is anybody who has played OXCC enough times knows that if you're attacking towards the northeast, you box in that team using the entire L-shaped tree line that's formed around that trenches field up there, or the mass grave site on that map. And if you're attacking to the southeast, it's you line up on the southern tree line there, midway through the field on that berm, and then you close in from the west side, pushing east on the buses, and you kind of leave Firebase alone. By moving the spawns to center north and center south, that L-shaped tactic isn't going to be able to be used really in this particular instance. And it'll also allow players to play the trenches field and the Firebase field during a scenario which doesn't really happen that often. So by doing this, we free up some of the areas of the field for players to enjoy a little bit more, as well as breaking a tactic that's very, very frequently used at OXCC, and having these commanders think outside the box a little bit, because boxing in your opponent's not going to be as by the book as it would have been previously with the other spawn points.
Very cool. Dude, this is amazing. You have put a lot of work into this. Hang on a second here.
All the graphics is done by Tim at Dizana. I don't have enough creativity to do that. And the story was written by a couple of our folks in Cypher Scenario Consulting. So.
Okay, so starts it. All services and registration open. Chrono closes for briefing, main stage. Chrono players may head to CP's game on, no lunch, game end. Dude, my God, man. All right, and the final battle, is that going to be you're going to do a final battle? So
there is no traditional final battle for this, but I do have a final mission that matters a lot. I have some twists as the game develops. That the storyline will develop for the game, and everything really matters in the end. I can't say there's a truly good time to take your lunch break. Stuff does not get easier middle of the day for you. It just gets more intense and more intricate as the day goes on. So it all matters, and you take time off the field at your team's risk, essentially. So these guys are going to be put through the ringer without a doubt, but I'm also going to arm these guys with as many tools as possible to help them be successful. So in their CPs, aside from having a dedicated base ref that is fully read in on everything that we intend the game to have, and they will be playing their characters, both commanders are being provided with a vinyl map courtesy of Dizana, a magnetic board. I have magnetic map pieces for them. They'll receive dossiers of intelligence morning of that they may want to read, or their exos may want to read. also pens, paper, index cards, all that jazz. So I want to try and help them be as successful as possible in the CP as well as on the field.
Son of a bitch. Hang on a second. What's up, Frank? Ryan.
Ryan.
What's up, Ryan Harris? Nice.
I just need to shave it, man.
Hey, Norman.
There's Velvet Thunder.
What's up, Gio?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, que paso? Everybody's okay? Good. Let's do Ryan Harris. Nothing less from my man Frosty. Nice. And who do we have? Amazing and simply amazing. Dude, you're crushing it. You're crushing it. All right. Congratulations on that. Okay. Hang on a second. My wife, do you need the keys? I think it's up here. Check up there. Okay.
Right back, bro.
Okay. All right. All right. Let's talk generals for a second. All right. Let me just jump up here 1 second. All right. Okay, brother man. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's all
and swallow.
good. Let's go.
Okay. All right. Here's the deal. Did you hear everything before what you just heard now, or is this anything new?
No, this is Frosty's been super transparent about, providing all the information to us appropriately and far enough out. So nothing that he's talked about isn't something that we knew was coming. We're getting kind of regular information drops from him, and we've been kind of involved with the planning and the lead up to the game. So, I think that Teddy and I are both pretty engaged with it.
I like it. Very cool. All right. And have you been in the command structure? Or have you always just been a player? Have you been an XO before?
I have just kind of like loosely been in like CPs and stuff, running comms. This is the first like real like command structure that I've been involved in. I've helped to organize Endless Legends 2020. But I tore my Achilles before the game and wasn't able to come. So I did like a whole bunch of prep work and recruiting and strategizing, but didn't get to see the execution on it.
Nice.
So, yeah. Excited to get out to OXCC though. I love that field. It's gorgeous. It plays wide open. There's no choke points.
All right.
It's definitely a different strategy associated with it.
So both you and Teddy though are like those are your home fields.
OXCC would be our home field.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool.
Teddy plays everywhere. I don't know where Teddy's home field is.
Dude,
OXCC is about 6 hours away, but I still call it home.
There you go.
All right, brother man. What about you? Have you been in any executive positions before, or have you always been just running in front of people and shooting at them?
Oh no, I like taking on the XO position. I like seeing what goes on behind the scenes. I like seeing the strategies that different commanders are used. I've been XO from smaller games like Hoth at Albany Paintball Experience to I was XO for Super Game 3, and I was XO for Endless Legends this past year and a few other games.
Clone Wars 2019 too.
Clone Wars 2019, yeah. Viper game Paint Wars. I was XO for Tombstone up at EMR this past year also.
Wow, dude. Okay, so you know what you're getting yourself into.
Yeah, I've really tried to take a lot of time observing successful and not so successful command officers and generals and stuff, and just kind of picking out good advice and trying to build a solid foot to stand on when it comes to generaling. And I feel like I got some good support. I got some good lessons underneath me, and it's going to be a good time.
I like it. Okay, cool. All right. Are we going to drop the bomb about who the XOs are? Or are you going to wait for like what?
I mean, they're definitely out there in the wild, but I'll leave it to them to talk about their XOs.
Okay, hold on a second. Let me just do this. Okay, brother man. So
yeah, so obviously, with like no generaling experience, it was really important for me to go out and get someone with a lot of experience in commanding. And I went after and got Rob Rivera from M80 Firefly to come out and be my XO. So
nice. Very cool.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that. Rob's we've been close for a couple of years. He's done a lot of taking under his wing. kind of show me the ropes for what to do, what not to do. And then also it's great to have someone to like hold me accountable for like, just shooting me a message. Hey, get your shit together. Like, game's coming up. So I like that Rob doesn't hold his punches. I like his honesty, and he's got a ton of experience. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Dude, who is this person?
Hey, Pocket. How you doing, dear?
All right, so you got a fan.
Oh, isn't it her birthday today?
Yeah,
it is her
Happy
birthday
birthday, Pocket.
Oh,
Happy birthday, Pocket.
oh, hang on a second. Where is it? Here is it? Okay. Where did I leave that? Oh, here we go. Ready? Ready? Yay! Happy birthday. All right, cool. All right. Let me jump over here. Okay, brother man. So what did you do? Did you go to the zoo and look for other animals to help you out?
I called a fellow wild animal, I called my buddy Panda. Me and him, we played many games together, and we just we're on the same kind of wavelength with a lot of things. Even when I talk to him about the strategies and the things that I'm thinking, he's right there with me. He's got some great advice. I know he's got a lot of experience, and he knows OXCC very well. So
Dude.
I'm very confident in having him as my XO.
And listen, I've never seen both of you in the same place. It's like Janet Jackson and Michael Jackson. So I mean, I don't know if you guys are this, right? You know what I'm saying? Are you the same?
Actually, at Endless Legends 2020, there was a bear versus bear challenge.
Oh, that's cool. All right.
So
okay, so we got this going. Okay, so you got it going on. You've got your XO, and this is amazing.
Yeah, they also commanded together at Clone Wars 2019.
Yes.
I think. Yeah,
I was Panda's XO.
Yeah, I was in CP for that.
Nice, dude. That's a lot of big heads in one place, right? That's a lot.
I had so much fun with that lightsaber.
Okay, so
that was
help
a good
me out
game.
Here. When we did the mini photo last year, I was able to see kind of how this command structure kind of thing works with the comms and all that kind of stuff. You guys bringing in your own like radios? Does the park have them? Who supplies all that kind of stuff?
What are radios?
Okay, I got it. No worries. Okay.
We're bringing our own radios. We have some people who are skilled with programming them and running comms for us. So
that's cool. All right.
Yep.
Like boom boxes.
Yeah, boom boxes.
Exactly. Teddy Bear.
I mean, it is the '80s. I'm just gonna say, if somebody.
I gotta get a ghetto. I gotta get one.
You got to get a ghetto blaster, right? And some carrier pigeons if you're not going to use right. If you're not going to use radios,
I was gonna say, I thoroughly encourage anybody coming to the game to absolutely dress like era appropriate. Era like it's so long ago, but I mean, we're talking early.
It is era appropriate. I mean, it's like 40 years ago.
Thanks.
We got to thank you for the birthday. You're welcome. Nice. Let me see. Our good friend Teddy, much love, guys. I can't wait. Nice. And Final Battle 2 that's that's nice. All right, cool. Super stoked for this game. Perfect. And I don't need it radio. Okay. All right. Okay, so you don't need radios. That's cool. I got it. Again, the position I'm in this community, I hate being general, and so I just always give it to someone else, and so I'm not usually in the command area. But when I'm there and I watch everybody look on the map and say, let's radio this kind of stuff in, I think that's important. And the other thing that's important too is strike ring. How's that for an intro? Like this.
Nice.
So Steve, are they going to be coming out? Are you going to be doing anything with them?
So I leave it up to individual commanders and teams. If they want to use Strike Ring, I highly encourage it. I will say from a production standpoint, we will be using Strike Ring. It'll help me a lot to kind of know where all my role players are and where my refs are. So I'm working. Dave Patton's going to be our head ref, so he's
Oh,
going
nice.
to manage the refs. I'm not going to micromanage his people for him. They already do a
Okay.
fantastic job. They're least of my worries, honestly.
Nice.
But me knowing where my role players are allows me to kind of let them know, like, hey, if like certain things are trending one way or another, or I want to make it more difficult on everybody involved, I could be like, hey, locate to these kind of locations real fast because I can see where they're at, and that helps me gauge where the flow of the game is going. So I know from a production standpoint, we'll be using Strike Ring at least to track our people and make our lives a little bit easier. So
Okay. Are you two familiar with Strike Ring?
Yeah, I know what Strike Ring is.
I know what
cool.
it is.
And
Haven't used it.
of course
Same.
you haven't, because you don't use radios. How the fuck are you going to use Strike Ring? I was like, hello. Anyway.
I use radios to listen to music once in a while.
Yeah, I know. Oh my God, this guy. Okay, listen. Everybody's a comedian. I got it. All right. Anyway, that's fantastic, and I recommend it, you guys. If you don't, we're going to be doing some shows with them. Strike Ring 2.0 for the paintball community. It's very simple. Basically, you download the app on your phone, and other people that have it, you can actually track where everybody else is on the field. So it's great for a commander or a general, whatever else, to see where all his players are. And if you want to be really nasty about it, you can actually put another phone into another player on the opposite team, and then he'll run around and he's like, you'll be able to see where all the other, never mind, don't do that. Anyway, so there you go. Think about Strike Ring. All right, that's cool. Okay, what are you guys doing to promote? What do you guys, it's December, right? So you've got like,
You're gonna have.
have a day, guys.
Yeah,
you've
coming
got
quick.
soon. Okay, what have you guys been doing? Are you guys all drawing from the same pool of people on the East Coast?
Yeah, I mean,
kinda.
I think like Teddy and I kind of run in a lot of the same circles. So like me and Teddy and Firefly and Panda all kind of know the same people. So it was kind of a race at the beginning when the game was first announced. And then we've been following up. And then, I think that we also get a lot of support from the teams that have agreed to come out with reaching out and expanding that circle and trying to get more teams from like a little bit further out, or people that, don't necessarily run in the same circle that we do.
Okay.
So I know that like my side has been awesome about reaching out to teams that they know that I don't necessarily have a personal relationship with. It's definitely expanded our recruiting or scouting circles. We announced the game in what, like March, Frosty? It was
April 1st, actually, I think is when I announced it. Early Bird ran from April all the way through the end of Endless Legends in October. So that was October 10th or something. So we left Early Bird open as long as reasonable, honestly. Yeah. And pre-reg is still available up until next Thursday. So,
yeah.
Okay. There you go.
So we announced the game like crazy early. And we, Teddy and I jumped on the recruiting trail and hit up everyone that we know and kind of put our command structures together. And then like there's a substantial amount of kind of just downtime where we're all just kind of out of games and talking it up and trying to like, make network connections and get people to come out. And like now in the past like month or so, it's been crunch time to go reconfirming with teams that like, we talked to, earlier this year, picked up along the way, and trying to drive pre-registration numbers. So like Frosty was saying, I think pre-reg is open until December 2nd. So I think registration's 45 and cases 55, and then both go up by I think $10 day of. So trying to save people some money. The less they have to pay on registration, the more they can buy for paint. So
Okay.
And first strikes are available for this game. There's actually, when you go to register, there is a counter on how many, forget if it was bags or cases of first strikes that he has tracked there, but we do have first strikes available, and as long as that counter is active, then there's some more as you call them, motherfuckers, still available.
Why do I call them motherfuckers? You want to tell everybody why I call them motherfuckers?
Because every time they go by, you go, motherfucker.
Fucker. No. You guys, I play a lot in Mexico, and Mexico, there's no rules, there's no FPS, there's no waivers. It's just they take over a place, they give the owner of the park the money for the day, and you don't know what you're playing with anyway. But since there's no real rules, could you imagine just first strikes going like this, motherfucker, like this, like this? They just like scream at you when they go by. That's why Frosty just said motherfucker. Anyway, I love them. I love first strikes. I love anything. I love anything that's going to get people to play paintball. I'm in. All right. So, what's the cost of the paint for First Strikes and for
First Strikes is standard pricing. I don't remember it off the top of my head. I think it's like 60 a bag right now.
Okay.
But obviously, if you buy a full case of 600, you save a couple bucks on that. Registration currently up until through next Thursday is 45, and a case of paint, which is Prestige Field, is 55. So,
Nice. Very, very
but
cool.
Friday next week and day of, those prices increase. It will be 55 for registration, 65 for a case of paint. So I behoove anybody to go get pre-registered and buy the paint you want. So you save the money and you have more to shoot that day and Sunday if you're going to be around too.
Wow. Very, very cool. Okay, you guys. Hey, no outside paint. Don't fuck around with that. Don't do that. So a couple of weeks ago, I was at Fulda, and it's Warsaw versus NATO, and they both did an amazing job about promoting. But Warsaw is always like the home field advantage kind of thing. They've always get the most on that kind of thing. So NATO had to end up actually. The numbers are pretty good, but NATO, I think maybe 100, 150 plus were walk-on players, right?
Mm-hmm.
And walk-on players don't have the same heart, I guess, as people who, I mean, they got, let's put it this way. The other players knew why they were there, and the walk-ons were like, what the fuck's going on? Like, it's like, why? Like, what is going on? Anyway, motherfucker, right? Anyway, so are you guys be doing the same thing? Are you guys going to be evening it out? Like, if Teddy can't get more, or Back Daddy can get more?
Leading into the day, based on pre-reg numbers, I'll kind of evaluate that morning, and kind of do my best guess as to, okay, here's what the margin is. If it's within like a kind of like a 5-6% difference, it's going to go to, okay, what team you want to play on. If the numbers are close enough, I'm not going to really dictate anything like that. So,
okay, that's cool. Very, very cool. All right. So, food. I love food. What, do you have, is there going to be trucks there? What?
So OXCC has their food shack there, the bunker. I mean,
Right.
everybody loves the chicken there that they have. Hot dogs, burgers,
Nice.
tots, loaded tots. I mean, he's got a bunch of
Loaded
stuff
tater
there. And
tots.
yeah, the loaded tater tots. There you go. And I'm fairly certain because it's going to be December, he'll have a couple warm drinks available as well of the non-alcoholic variety.
Very
So.
cool. I like it. So again, you guys, there's camping there, right?
Yes, camping is available. I mean, if you're looking to come set up camp on Friday, you're more than welcome to. As of right now, knock on wood, we're looking good. I'm not going to say the word, but we're looking good because I've been watching that like a hawk.
All right.
But it is December. Pack and clothe yourself appropriately. I don't want anybody getting hypothermia. But temperature looks fine. It's going to be a gorgeous weekend by the look of it.
This is the time that I would like to have gone. I obviously, when was living? No,
that was August.
August? Oh, fuck.
For when you were here for Super Game, that was August, and August is rough.
Super Game is rough.
Oh,
it's like the hottest game I've ever played, for sure.
Dude,
That's not that bad.
Dude, I played in Texas, 100 degrees, 100% humidity. This was a different this is just slapping your face all the time. This is like, fuck you, boom, like this. In fact, people were passing out. I think, didn't someone pass out too long, and they, what they say in Disneyland, nobody dies at Disneyland. Even if you get your head cut off, you don't die at Disneyland. You die at the right, exactly. So that was a crazy time, but I'd like to go when the weather is great. So we talking, I mean, does it snow there? Do you guys get snow?
I mean, there's definitely the chance for it, but as of right now, it's not really going to be cold enough yet. We're looking at like 50s, high 40s in the morning, leading into the 50s. So it's going to be great paintball weather, if I'm being honest.
Amazing, you guys.
You won't typically see snow in Maryland until like mid-January through like
almost
February.
So it might get a little chilly, but
it'll be cool for sure.
No, dude, it was when we played Fulda, North Carolina. It was 35 degrees at night, right? So that's cold. That was
good. You'll dip that same kind of temperature at night, probably in the next week or so, but not during the day.
Good for you guys. All right, fantastic. All right, let's not talk about the weather too much, so we don't want to jinx it. All right,
you used the word. I didn't say it.
I have no wood to knock on. Sorry. All right, cool. All right. So the pre-registration is closing again when?
It's next Thursday is the end of
Next
pre-registration.
Thursday.
So if
Okay.
you're doing it, get it done now. Like I said the other day, actually, if you're like trying to like hide that registration cost, Black Friday is coming up. Register on Friday and be like, oh, look at all these nice things I got you, honey. So,
I got it. Okay.
yeah.
Where are you advertising besides Facebook? Is it
It's
Instagram?
primarily Facebook. I've done some Instagram, but Instagram's kind of like pay to play in a way. Instagram's a pain in the ass. It's a lot of Facebook promotion. Barno, the field owner, he has pushed out on his emailing list for anybody who's ever signed a waiver with him. So it gets shotgunned out to email flyers. And it's been advertised obviously at the park and the other outdoor extreme locations as well. So everybody on the production team is shouting it from the rooftops. We're posting in various groups on Facebook. So I have not been silenced by Zuckerberg yet. So I haven't posted enough, clearly.
So everybody knows about this on the East Coast. This is what I'm saying.
I would hope so by this point. Shit, I'm probably annoying as hell.
From Maine to Florida, this is nobody. Okay. The reason I'm asking that is you as a promoter, we did a show a while back, I don't know, a month or so ago, and I was talking to we were talking to Wolf and all these people, and I said, you know, as far as I know, since 2014, like when does Facebook come out? 2014, something like that, I think.
No, it was definitely like 04.
No,
I've been on since 05. Yeah,
I don't know, whatever. Anyway, so it's kind of like the internet when you realize it was like, hey, does anybody know about this? Yeah, it's been around since the 40s. Anyway, so is the Facebook platform the only thing that we have in paintball to promote? Because everybody was telling me, like Wolf was saying, hey, it's only for old people. The kids don't read Facebook anymore. And I'm saying, well, if that's the case, then where is the cutoff? And we're missing a big gap of people that don't know about our events. Yeah. So
I've tried Reddit. My posts got struck down by the Reddit mods. It was just one post. I guess you gotta kind of be friends with them to do that. I posted to a couple different ones on there. It either got no views, no upvotes, what have you, and it just kind of fell off the front pretty quickly. And Snapchat's not a good platform for it. I see TikTok happening a lot, but TikTok's not good for advertising because you are completely at the will and graces of the algorithm gods. So unless somebody's already following paintball specific stuff and like following that hashtag or whatever hashtags you decide to use on that, they more than likely are never going to see it because unless you're like an airsoft sniper popping random walk-ons and calling that a highlight reel, you're not going to get TikTok famous on that. So TikTok's not bad, but return on investment for time for me is not really worth it.
And no Instagram either?
Instagram, I mean, I post up stories on Instagram, especially over the last month pretty frequently, because that also translates over to my Facebook. And so people on both platforms get notification like, hey, Frosty_PB or Steve Solo has posted a new story and it has music. So they get notified for that. And then I tag these gentlemen, I tag the event sponsors and the field, all that jazz. So that gets some share and some visibility out, but it's generally the same population that would see like my normal postings. So
so I'm not going to go with what Wolf said about this being only for old people and stuff. I definitely think that as a paintball community, this is what we use to get the word across. And I think with all the forums that they have and the MagFed forums and all that kind of stuff, that's why I'm asking, because I'm concerned for you guys as promoters and stuff. When you guys do this kind of stuff, they always say like there's who's sitting on the fence. I'm always saying there's usually a time period where everybody already knows about this. And then it's just a matter of like, whether they're going to do it or not do it kind of thing. You've basically, as far as I'm concerned, you've looked under all the carpets, you've shaken all the trees. Everybody knows about this event. Now it's just a matter again of like, is there anything happening else in December at that time and all that kind of stuff. I think
the only thing on at least the national calendar that we saw was Wayne's World finale, because that's the last scenario they're doing. And unfortunately, the calendar is just so crowded. I didn't really have an option. So I looked more regionally and I was like, okay, this is a good place for us to do this. because OXCC used to do Battle of Bulge, but that's not the case anymore. So we kind of took that slot that they had previously had, and On Target Paintball is not doing Clone Wars anymore. So regionally, this was the best option for us, and thematically, it actually makes sense. I mean, we're dealing with like Northwest Russia here. It's a little cold.
Right.
If I happen to have a dusting of snow, I'm not going to be upset. I think it'll add some flavor to the game. Certainly makes certain things more interesting that these gentlemen are going to have to take care of. But yeah, so.
Dude, the reason I'm bringing all that up is because there's a big problem that I'm seeing where, besides the fact that we're stepping on each other's toes all the time, but I don't feel like we're getting the attendance that I would like to get. And I'm just thinking, are we missing something? Are there gaps or something? Are there holes? And I'm getting a good vibe from you though, saying, no, this is kind of the best we can do, right? This is as paintball, it's not like we have paintball.com where everybody can go and say, that's where we go, or PB Nation or Emma Carter Brown, or, all that kind of stuff. Facebook is it. And Facebook is what we use. And so, I guess you've done your best, right?
I would certainly hope I've done my best at this point. Speaking of the forum stuff, I mean, if Wolf, I respect the man's opinion 100%. I mean, he's definitely got some great views on stuff. But if he's saying like Facebook's for the old folks, I'm sorry. I've been through the forum age. That's the old folks. Mm-hmm. I don't know too many paintballers that still go to forums at this point. You have Facebookers where you have people like me where I only have Facebook for paintball at this point. I drown out the rest of the nonsense on there. I just can't stand it. If it weren't for paintball, I probably wouldn't use Facebook. I wouldn't use most social media at this point.
Right, exactly. I agree 100%.
But then there's Discords. I mean, but those are so individual and celled and like segmented that you'd have to be in 1,000 Discords to kind of get that message across. There's no one hub, and then that would just turn into a popularity contest on who's the moderators for that. So that's not a great option either for our community. Facebook is kind of it right now, in my opinion. So and people may call me wrong on that, and it's fine. But as far as a tool, it's a viable tool for the moment.
Okay, cool. I'm happy then. That was actually I've been asking a lot of my guests, and that's like one of the things that it was like really like if Facebook ever went away or something, would paintball go away?
We'd be in trouble. We'd be in trouble.
Is that all we have is just Facebook? I mean, that's what I'm trying to say is how do we're kind of like we put all our eggs in one basket with this Facebook thing. And if they keep on narrowing it down because they don't like guns or that kind of stuff, you know what I'm saying? Are we not getting all those posts out there because, you mentioned, something, and I don't know. I don't like being in that situation. You know what I'm saying? Where everything's in one basket, but all right. Anyway, you've answered my question, so thank you very much.
Okay, I mean, these guys might have different views. I don't know. I don't know how they feel, what their promotional efforts have felt like on return on your time invested. But
did you guys do that? Did you guys have been like posting basically primarily on Facebook?
It's mostly been Facebook. Yeah, I mean, it's Facebook and it's face-to-face at games, direct communication and recruiting. So
okay.
There's not really a great medium that I've found besides Facebook to try and get the word out to the community.
Right. What do you say, Teddy?
Facebook, a lot of any game I go to, I'm trying to recruit, to spread the word. I've basically gone on any podcast that approaches me about the game. Hey, let's talk about it. I go on and try and spread the word about it. So,
I like it. Okay, so you guys listen, word of mouth really, what is this? Word of mouth. You really need to spread the word. Exactly. It's interesting that Frosty and I have had this conversation. We were traveling to North Carolina. And if you look at where I am in the sport, and if you look at where my numbers are on Facebook, I've got like the lowest numbers, right? I've got like 5,000 on Facebook, and won't go any higher because I just use a friend account.
That's the limit. Yeah.
Right. I didn't think I was going to become a celebrity. I was like, I don't give a fuck. Let's just do this. Right. And all these. So I don't look at numbers really per se, like other people of our celebrity, whatever, they've got like hundreds of thousands, but they buy a lot of those things. Right. A lot of that thing is just bullshit. All that kind of thing. The biggest thing is boots on the ground. The biggest thing is when I go travel all over the world and I'm shaking people's hands and hugging them and stuff. That's the best way of doing something. I mean, yeah, but we don't all get that chance to do that. but like Loren said, that's word of mouth, boots on the ground. That's what it is. It's just people, that personal touch.
Yeah, absolutely.
We've got a good scene here too, where like, you know, the Northeast paintball scene, everybody knows everybody. Like, if you don't know a team, you know someone who knows a team. So the word of mouth in this region of the country is really powerful.
Yeah.
You know, and that's kind of, I think, where, you know, games in this region kind of relies. Once the info gets out on Facebook and once the generals have talked to some people, it just kind of like spreads on a network through like Facebook Messenger and text message.
Yeah.
You know, that's kind of that's the quickest way that we see it, you know, in this area. And I haven't gotten to travel around the country enough to know if it's sort of the same way out west or down south.
It is. I think that's the best thing. I mean, it's a matter of like word of mouth, but also the what is family? Yeah, and out there, right? Exactly. That's exactly how it works. And so I don't think Facebook is old. I think we need it for our world, our paintball community is kind of the glue that holds us together. Okay, so she'll be Len's going to be there, you guys. Len from Mutant Tactical. He's going to be representing Michigan. Hey, Len, nice to see you, brother. Fantastic. Okay, cool. Okay, you guys. So let's wrap this up. Solo, what do we got? Some closing statements here.
If you don't come, you're really missing out. We've drawn on a lot of experience among the whole production crew to bring a fantastic game that has a very thorough narrative story to it that goes through just about everything you're going to do on the field. Some people have never gotten a chance to play with role players on the field that really do have their own agendas that want certain things. Everybody's got flag stations. I mean, we do too. That's your bread and butter. If you want to go out and pop heads, you definitely have the opportunity to go and pop heads for this game. If you want to go out there and run missions, there's going to be a lot of missions to be run. These two commanders' heads are going to be spinning. They may hate me by the end of the day with some things, but they're going to go away with a great story and talk about the tough decisions that they have to make. And then again, the role players. So we got a fantastic ref crew that, I mean, anybody in the Northeast and through the country at this point, I feel like has really gotten to interact with Solstice in various games. They're reffing our game. They're fantastic partners in this. So, and it's also an amazing field. You can't kind of beat OX in a number of ways. For us old folks or people with bad knees, it's flat, doesn't have any big rocks. It'll be nice. So go register if you can. Play for either of these guys, whatever works best for you.
I like it. And then one day you'll be one day Ryan Harris will be able, I don't know if you've ever sat down with him. He's a really cool cat, but maybe he'll tell you what he's got going on his plate. But one day, Ryan, love you, man. All right. Let's do this. Thak, what do we got?
We're really excited for this game coming up. It's a week and a half out. You know, I think Frosty hit a lot of the main points on this. With scenario paintball, there's a wide variety in terms of, you know, or variance and the depth and the interaction that you get with it. And sometimes it is just going out there and hitting slapsticks and controlling the field. And one of the things that he really sold me on with this when he first asked me to, like, you know, come and check it out and get involved was how mission oriented it was going to be, how detailed it was going to be, and how immersive it was going to be. So this will be, you know, a good launching point for Cypher Scenario. I think that this game will look and play much different than some of the other games that you see at, you know, the fields across the country, but even like, you know, the great games that we see at OXCC. I think they've done a lot of really intelligent, thoughtful work in preparing for this and throwing unique challenges at us. It's going to be a good game.
Very cool. I like it. All right, brother man, what do we say?
I'm very excited for this game. I thank Steve Solo there for giving me the opportunity to general my first time for this game, and I'm excited to come out and support you on this one. Man, I'm excited for this. It's going to be a very good time. I don't know what else I could say. I mean, it's going to be a great fight. It's going to be basically got to put people where they go, get the right people in the right positions and hope things go the right way. But
I like it.
Win, lose, I'm just expecting a great battle. It's going to be so much fun. It's with a lot of my friends. And actually, everybody on the command structure is part of Dizana.
Damn.
Yep.
Unintentional, by the way. Completely unintentional. I didn't know who they'd pick for their XOs. It just happened to work that way.
All the command structure, we are part of the Dizana team. So,
right. I like
Dizana
it. You guys-
fam.
Dizana
like
fam.
Okay, so you guys listen. Go check it out. Look at there it is, right? December the 4th. Go check it out. And I enjoyed having you guys on the show. Thank you very much for coming on. And again, you guys, the show, the platform, this thing is for you. Just hit me up if you guys want to do a show about anything. I don't care. You want to talk about your Chihuahua? I don't care. Just hit me up and let's do it. And let's promote our sport and promote the players in it.
I think after the collapse, we might do a post show where you can get their after reactions.
I'm in. Let's do it.
Sounds
Okay,
great.
brother. I'm going to put you down the green room. I'm going to take off, and then I'm going to see you guys later. And I bid you adieu, adios, and goodbye.
I
Bye-bye.
appreciate you, Reaper.
Okay.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks, Rod. Bye. Let me just do that, and that. And let me just end this with, all right, you guys, listen, have a good night. Happy Thanksgiving. And I'll shoot you soon. Bye.